Well, indeed, that's where we are starting our conversation from today. And I head to Abuja straight up to start the conversation with international business ideation specialist, Mr. Light Shedrack. Good afternoon, Mr. Shedrack. It's good to have you on the show today. It's been a while.
Hello, I'm glad to be here again. Thank you for having me.
Yes, I think we should start with your reaction to Port Harcourt Refinery. Finally, after the long wait and the total rehabilitation, not the regular overhaul or turnaround maintenance we used to have before now. We had a total overhaul, and that refinery has started production. What do you make of this, generally, first?
Tolu, thank you for that question. I am one of the many Nigerians that are very happy over this development. We have long expected for takeoff of the production in that refinery, but thank God it has come to be at the end of the day. I am happy. I know most Nigerians are happy because this is a positive development. Is going to be helping us to overcome the energy challenges we are having in this country. So it is a very positive thing that has happened.
Looking at the capacity also, we hear that about 70%, it will be improved and all of that. I even got some figures today, particularly of what is expected to be churned out of that refinery. So it's not just doing PMS, we have AGO, SRK, LPG, and all of that. Do you see that competition in the market that many have expected, talking about a deregulated market here now?
Tolu, if you remember vividly, during my last engagement with you, I talked about the need for us to diversify the oil and gas sector, to have more people getting involved, to have policies and structures that will help us to, avoid the case of monopoly. It was misconstrued in some quarters, but that is exactly what this country needs at this point. The Port Harcourt Refinery coming on board is a very positive thing. It is a pointer to what lies ahead. It is a pointer to the fact that if we continue to do the right thing, there is every tendency that we will overcome our challenges. In fact, it is positive in the sense that we now have a functional refinery that will be competing with the like of Dangote Refinery. And we're expecting, God helping us, that the government fixes the Kaduna Refinery, the Warri Refinery. I think it will go a long way to address the energy deficiencies that has really characterized the moment. I tell people that if we are able to solve our energy crisis, that is vis-a-vis fuel and other derivatives, we have gone very far in, coming out of the economic quagmire that we have found ourselves. So it is entirely a very positive thing. I am very happy about it. And there's something I need to point out. When I heard about the Port Harcourt Refinery coming on board again, I went deeper to, begin to look at facts and figures. I found out that the word modernization was used. Innovation was used. Prior to this time, we are used to refinery upgrades, turnaround maintenance. We will see that after some while we hear again that the refinery has gone bad. But knowing this time that innovation has been brought on board, knowing that modernization means that they are now upgrading the facilities to what needs to be at this point in time. So it was quite exciting to hear that they are now modernizing that refinery and bringing innovations, things that will help us to optimize that particular national infrastructure. So it is a positive thing, and it tells me that if we persevere, if we remain resilient, if we continue to push as Nigerians, we will have our challenges overcome. It is that simple. So it is a good thing that has happened. And an average Nigerian will always ask for more. We are still expecting that they will bring that refinery to a full installed capacity. Now they say 70% installed capacity. We're expecting that it will go to 90, what they have promised, and go to 100 so that we begin to optimize all that we can get from that refinery and extend same to other refineries. I expect other refineries to come on board. Modular refinery, it mustn't be the big size refineries. They should encourage people to get involved. Open modular refinery, open cottage size refineries. We need to overcome our energy challenges. Thank you.
Interesting stuff. And the president has called on the NNPCL to continue by also getting Warri on stream and getting Kaduna on stream. But let me also ask you, I spoke to the Chief Financial Officer of the NNPCL yesterday, and we talked about pricing. Does this necessarily, do you think this could in any way affect pricing of petroleum products?
Well, I tell people until I begin to buy fuel at a reduced price, whatever policy has now rubbed off on me. But to be very frank with you, this is a very positive thing, like I've stated earlier. When we get this fully functional, get Kaduna Refinery fully functional, get Warri Refinery fully functional, there is no way, because competition will set in. And where competition sets in, there is no way it will not lead to reduction in prices of the petroleum product as we have them. So we are expecting that. And we are expecting that the NNPC leadership, thank God, is a limited liability company. It is not government-controlled company. And I was just going through their report, and I found out that they even overshot their revenue by with over 800 billion naira. And in simple business, we are told that it is good we plough back what we call our, surplus. I expect them, that revenue surplus should not be spent on any other thing, but on revamping these other refineries that we are expecting will come on board. Kaduna Refinery, Warri Refinery as well. So let them not think that they are already wrecking so much and begin to think of what else to do with the money. I think the best thing to do under the circumstance is to plough back those money into ensuring that our refineries come fully functional. There is no way prices will not reduce. I expect that.
Now, the issue about refining and blending PMS production, I don't think you're a geologist. I'm not putting you on the spot, but the issues around it, we've seen this back and forth about blending, and the little research I have done, I see that, yes, there's indeed some processes in crude oil production. So can you tell us your understanding of this?
I am going to repeat what I said here earlier, the last time I appeared on your program. Tolu,
okay.
This is the time to rightly inform Nigerians. Very frankly, maybe you do not know that I have a stake in the media industry as well. And there is something I have always preached wherever I go, the need for what I call peace journalism. Peace journalism is a conscious effort by journalists to play down on those flaming issues. It means rightly informing the people. We have already found ourselves as a people, we found ourselves in a situation where tension has been created. We have become so apprehensive. We have become so discouraged and depressed as a result of the kind of information that we are fed on a daily basis, courtesy of the media. And I tell people, we are not better off going that direction. And what I tell people is, be sure you are an authority in what you're speaking about. Be sure you are factual. The time to reduce sensationalism has come. The time to hype things, frivolities, things that tend to affects us as a people has come. We should begin to dish out only the right information to the people. You are not doing Nigerians any good when you crop up certain issues and project it in a way that it becomes divisive, it becomes discouraging, it becomes a source of depression for the people. Tolu, I am not a blender. I am not a technical person when it comes to blending crude oil. But I challenge anybody speaking. I say, fine, it is not bad that you raise certain issues, bring it to the knowledge of the people, but don't sound so authoritative, especially when you are not an authority in that line of business. People should be careful. So what am I trying to say? I do not know about blending. I don't know what is involved in the blending, but to the best of my knowledge, blending differs from company to company, okay? The raw material is the crude oil we have. As I've said earlier, Nigeria has one of the best crude. So even blending is a lot easier going by the quality of crude oil we have. But I do not want to buy into the fact that someone woke up one morning and begin to speak on issue he is not an authority, over such issue. Let me tell you, I have always encouraged Nigeria on the need to know better. People should begin to challenge themselves to get involved, engage the authorities, ask questions. Tolu, just within the week, I signed more than 20 letters, okay? Freedom of information letters. I was seeking answers to questions I do not have answers to. I wrote to ministries, I wrote to agencies, my organization wrote to them, I signed those letters. What am I trying to do? To be rightly informed. I don't want to come out and say this and that when I have not heard from the authorities concerned. That was why I wrote those letters based on Freedom of Information Act, and I expect response. If you do not respond, okay, because it is my right, I can escalate it. I can go as far as suing that organization for denying me the information that will help me to rightly inform Nigerians. I think this is one part that we all should do. We should ask questions. I don't want someone, I read about it in one of the online listings, and it is put in a way that, reading it, you already begin to think that nothing good is coming out from that project. I am not buying into that, and I encourage Nigerians to seek the right information, and the media as well. Please, at this point in time has come for us to rightly inform the people. It is not easy anywhere. In fact, I was speaking to a friend of mine. I belong to a lot of diaspora organizations, and extensively we spoke yesterday. And Nigerians in diaspora, it is not easy for anybody. It is not as juicy as we have always believed from here, that once you cross the shores of Nigeria, you're already in your paradise. It is not true. You see a lot of Nigerians showing a willingness to even return to the country to invest. So they want a country that we are not going to destroy. I want to appeal to every Nigerian to be part of that development. Don't always align your thoughts, your contribution towards politics. Everything is not politics. That is why somebody like me, I don't belong to any political party. It gives me peace of mind. I only want leaders that will emerge, that will consider the plight of Nigeria, come up with policies that will better the lot of Nigerians. So I do not want to talk about that because I am not an authority, but an authority has spoken over that. I think an NPC released a statement on that. And if anyone is in doubt of what is being done there, you can ask questions by writing to them, explaining, get professionals to interpret it for you. Okay, that's the way I do. I may write, get certain information. If they're highly technical, I will look for someone who knows, who is sound in that field to explain it to me for a better understanding. And I think that is what Nigerians should do. I don't expect a media person to come out to make certain claims related to the quality of what is being produced without verifiable evidence. Verifiable evidence means that I have gotten a sample of the product that is they are pumping from Port Harcourt Refinery. I have given it to an authority who tested it, and this is the report the authority gave me. That is the only time I think we should speak. I am not saying that the media shouldn't call certain anomalies, they shouldn't bring it to the fore for people to know, but don't make it look as if you don't want the system to grow. I tell people, if anything happens to Nigeria, we are worst off as average Nigerians. Those that we are even fighting, those that we are targeting with our news, with information we dish out, will not, very frankly, they will not suffer our fate. So I want a country we can build together by giving out right, authentic, and authoritative information. So that's the much I have to say about that.
Great stuff. Now, before I let you go, with all of this moving forward, what is your outlook for the oil and gas industry? Now, staying with Nigeria now, we know there are global issues that are also affecting the price of crude and all, but what is your outlook for the sector?
Well, I was one of those Nigerians that have doubted the system. I have in the past called for total overhaul of the structure of management within the oil and gas sector. But there is something I have come to observe midway. I found out that when we shout, I said it the other time, when we say no, in business world, no doesn't connote refusal. It is our own way of telling people to come up higher, to wake up from their slumber. Okay, a no is like a wee bell that wakes you up that something is wrong that needs to be fixed. And I am happy over what has started to happen of recent within the oil and gas sector. There is greater engagement. Nigerians are participating. Nigerians are asking questions. This did not happen in the past, where people sit down and take decisions on national issues that affect the life of the common Nigerian. But this time around, everybody is getting involved. People are speaking up, and I do not think that the leaders will hear all this and go back to their comfort zone to begin to sleep and snore. I think each of our cry is a wake-up call to them. I have seen what is happening in an NPC. I can tell you I love what is happening there. First, the very fact that we have removed that an NPC from the hands and funding of the government and made it a limited liability company is a step in the right direction. It has become a profit-oriented organization. The management are waking up. I want to use that word. There are changes we have begun to experience. In fact, we have put them on their toes that they have no option than to sit up and do what needs to be done. You know, prior to this time, they say there's a cabal in the oil and gas sector. I believe that because I knew something about Harcourt Refinery some years back. That was even during the tenure of Olusegun Obasanjo. That refinery should have been functioning and contributing. But something happened midway, and it is part of that thing I think the new management is addressing. We need to decongest. We need to uproot those demonic structures that have held the country bound, those that believe that their way, what they expect, must prevail over the total will and desire of the people. And I think the man in an NPC, Kyari, has shown that willpower that he can step on toes. Let me tell you, you can't be a leader if you're not willing to step on toes. I am a Christian. Even in the Bible, God chose leaders who can fight wars and win wars. Those that can step on toes. So your ability to step on toes is the right thing we need to. Because there are people, I believe there are cabal in the oil sector. They need to be decluttered. They need to be removed. Okay, so it means stepping on toes. We need to liberalize that sector for Nigerians to benefit from what God has blessed them with. That is all I am saying. So Kyari is doing a good job with his team. What I expect him now to do is to go further. I talk about ploughing back those profits. In fact, for the very first time, I was driving the other day, I saw a billboard advertising an NPC engine oil. I have not seen it before. It is happening because it is now a limited liability company and a profit-oriented organization. So they are waking up, and that is what we need. We will continue to engage them. We will continue to engage them. But I tell people, when you are engaging, be very objective about it. Don't tune it. Don't garnish it with political undertone to make it look as if you don't even want the thing to work. You're just there to create noise. That is what I'm discouraging Nigerians from.
International Business Edition Specialist, Mr. Like Shadrach, thank you so much. It's always interesting having you on the program. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, coming up on the show, our focus is to the newly released